Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to Glitched Out Episode 6. On today's show, we've got a trailer to talk about. We've got a bunch of news stories to discuss, and in our topic of the week, we're going to look back at the second quarter of 2015. That's right, we're looking at April, May, and June. And joining me today on this show, it's the one, the only, Israel Pacheco.
Damn right.
Weeks of practicing, and that's the intro you came up with, right?
I need something fancier.
How you doing this week, man?
Pretty good, man. I'm excited to go through the show. It's a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah, we do have a ton of stuff. And we're going to start off like we do every week here with the segment I forgot to mention in my intro, and that's our been playing section. So, Izzy, you haven't been on, 2 weeks ago, actually. What have you been playing since you last been on?
I don't remember if the last show I had talked about Arkham Knight. I probably did. The last one that I was on. Was it even out 2 shows ago? I can't remember. I think it was.
I don't think so, because last week's episode was the first episode in 2 weeks, because we missed a week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because E3 happened.
Yeah.
We did that show, and yeah, that's right. So yeah, I played through Batman Arkham Knight. It was fantastic. We actually did a spoiler alert episode on my channel, which will be coming out within a few. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay. Take 2.
And back.
So, yeah, I've been playing and completing Batman Arkham Knight. It was a fantastic game. We actually did a spoiler cast, and by we, it's myself and Lord X, which is going to be coming out on my channel probably later this week. It's going to be called Spoiler Alert, the name of the new series. Hopefully we can get at least 1 episode up a month. We'll see how it goes, depending on like game releases and what we both get to play. But man, fantastic game. As of right now, it is my game of the year. Moving into the next game that I've been playing, and that is Lego Jurassic World, the best Lego game. Surprise, surprise. Just because it's Jurassic Park. Not only Jurassic Park, but you get The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World all in one package. And so far I've completed the campaign for Jurassic Park. I'm going through the campaign for Jurassic World, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I just really, really love this game. More than any other Lego game, it has really clicked with me with all the stupid jokes and references to the movies. Just a perfect game for me. So 2 great brand releases that were released in June that I've really been enjoying, I should say. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. I haven't been playing anything else since I've been selling so much stuff. I got nothing. So, but yeah, loving both games.
Cool. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Batman as well. I've started my New Game Plus playthrough. And man, even the second time through, it's been so much fun. I won't talk much about that because, well, we talked a lot about it before.
Yeah, over an hour.
Yeah, and I have discussed it on the show last week as well. So, the next game I've been playing, I picked up J-Star's Victory Versus Plus for the PlayStation 4.
How is that?
It's not bad. It's a pretty quirky fighter, to say the very least. It has that behind their character point of view in like an open arena type deal. 2v2 fights. It's really good. The main draw of that game, though, is the fact of the characters that are into it, and the characters being characters from various Shaolin Jump anime series and manga series. So you have characters from Dragon Ball Z, and there are characters from One Piece, and Hunter x Hunter, trying to think of some of the other ones.
Yeah, Bleach, Naruto, right?
Yep. It's just crazy the amount of characters that are in the game. And yeah, it's just, quirky, fun. They have 4 different story modes. One for the One Piece character, Luffy. One for Naruto. One for a character who I don't really know. And the 4th one, I believe, was the main character of Bleach. Forgive me, I've never watched the anime. Or Ichigo? Yeah, that's right, Ichigo.
Yeah.
Him. So, nice variety. There's quite a few different, modes you can choose from. You have your standard arcade mode and everything else, online play. But I've been enjoying it. It's been fun. I might stream a bit of that at some point. And I might actually put up some video in the actual podcast here of it. So,
yeah,
maybe. But yeah, it's fun. I'm having a blast with it. I also got a little book for pre-ordering the game. So,
was it like an art book or?
Yeah, it's kind of an art book / encyclopedia of the characters. So it gives you like a brief little description of everybody, right? So really helps when you don't know half the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. The other game I've been playing is Tales of Hearts R again, doing a bit more of that story, trying to finish up that game because this month I have made a pledge, and that is to play more Vita and watch more anime. That is my goal for July. So hopefully every week here on the podcast I will be talking about a Vita game. I did download Golden Abyss finally onto my Vita, so I'll be playing through that.
Nice.
So yeah, Tales of Hearts are a really good game. I still recommend it to anybody to really download and play that. It's a true to form JRPG. All the voice acting is in Japanese. They just translate over the text, so you don't have to worry about shitty American voice actors trying to do it for the game.
That's cool. Yeah, they got some cool subtitles.
Yeah. And yeah, basically that's really all I've been playing this week. Hoping to get into Rocket League now this week, and probably be talking about that on next week's show.
Yeah, we should fire that up. I gotta download it. It's just, with the PSN issues, as we were talking about earlier.
Yep, so yeah, that's all I've been playing, so I guess we can move into our first segment.
Trailer Talk!
Oh,
that's officially how we're gonna announce it from now on.
Sponsored by TotW, apparently.
Not offensive.
Yes, Trailer Talk, the first time we've had this on the show, because I think this is the first time we've really had a trailer worthy of putting up here, outside of the E3 stuff, which E3 was just too much. We couldn't do it. But yeah, we got our very first look at Minecraft Story Mode, the Telltale Minecraft game, and to be quite honest, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I think it's probably going to be like a breakout hit, for Telltale, because they've had big hits so far, like The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us and things like that. Mm-hmm. But with Minecraft attached to this, there's so many little kids who are going to pick this up, and this is going to be their first Telltale experience. So I'm interested to see how the game mechanics work, especially with something like Minecraft, that it's so, it has such distinct game mechanics that move it into like a point-and-click adventure. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to see, because we really didn't see that from the trailer. We saw cutscenes and stuff about the story mode, as it's titled.
Yep.
But I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I might pick it up, and it might be something that I could play, with my little brother, since he's such a huge Minecraft fan. It's something we could probably both enjoy.
Yeah. My assumption is that the game's going to play probably like a lot of those Minecraft machinimas that are out there. Mm-hmm. I know like the one game trailers had there for a little while. I can't remember the name of it now. Probably something like that. That's what it really reminded me of. And I like the fact that it looks like Minecraft completely.
Yeah, it does.
uh, but yeah, the trailer looked good. We got a little bit of the story into it. The main character being voiced by Patton Oswalt, which is fantastic. I think the female character that we hear in the game is the same woman who voiced Ellie in The Last of Us. I'm
Really,
pretty sure.
Ashley Johnson?
I
That's
think
cool.
so, yeah. It sounded a lot like her anyway.
Very cool.
But yeah, it looks fun. And I can't wait to play an episode every 4 months because Telltale's
I
doing
hope they give
everything
us
else
a
in
release
existence.
date. Yeah, that's not happening. They're going to be like,
No.
it's out next week. Like they always do.
Man,
Or
it's
it's
more
out
like
tomorrow.
it's out in 2 days. That's been
Yeah.
like the trend for them lately.
Jeez.
Wait
They
3
just drop it
months
whenever
per
the hell they
episode.
want.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
I'll
that's
probably check it out, to be honest. I'll probably give it a go.
I most likely will as well, because I've played everything else by Telltale. Well, most everything else. There's been a few exceptions. I never played the Jurassic Park game.
Oh, me too. That's one you definitely do not need to play. Jeez.
But I've played everything else in recent memory. I've been playing Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands, which I also did play as well since we last recorded, actually. I think I might have played it last week as well, but the latest episode, fantastic. That series is amazing. The only downside is we're getting an episode every 3 months at the moment, so... yeah. Alright, well, with that out of the way, we will move swiftly along into our news stories for this week. And Izzy, tell us about this first news. Tell us about this first glorious, glorious news.
So, Axis Games has finally announced Zero Escape Volume 3 for
It's
the
happening!
PS Vita and the 3DS, which is the third one in the series, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, it is Volume 3. So it went from, right, 999 was the first one, right?
Yep.
And then they did Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're doing Zero Escape Volume 3. And I know this got a lot of people happy because this is one of those, it's kind of a niche, game,
Mm-hmm.
but the people who have played it, like, really love it and really enjoy the style of game it is. It's, how would you say it? Like, not necessarily point and click, but more visual novel, right?
Yeah, it's visual novel / puzzle game. What's the best way to describe it? You know those, like, I believe there's been some for iOS, and there's been a lot online. You know, like the room where you're trapped in a room and you need to solve a puzzle to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but with a very, very much darker story put to it. Like, think Danganronpa level dark story.
This is cool. And I know you enjoy these style of games.
Fucking love them.
I haven't gotten into like one yet. It's like a visual novel style game, but it's bound to happen eventually.
Play
I'll give something a
Danganronpa.
try. Yeah, Danganronpa. I need to download that on Vita. I have it. Like, I bought it on the store a while ago when they had a sale, and I haven't played it yet.
Everybody tweet at Israel Pacheco 89. Play Danganronpa.
Yeah, I need to play that. Yeah. Danganronpa.
All right. Well, that is fantastic news. I am really excited for that. I need to play 999 first of all. I have not played that one. Own it, but I haven't played it. Virtue's Last Reward. I did play through a little bit of that. I think I got frustrated and turned it off and never went back to it. But I really need to get back to it. I own it for both 3DS and Vita.
Oh, wow.
Well, the Vita
I think
version.
I got it on PS Plus. I think one of the months.
Yeah, that's
right?
where I got it on Plus as well. I did originally pick it up for the 3DS, though. Because I got... Yeah, it was out before I had a Vita, I believe, so...
Dun, dun, dun.
But anyways, yeah, great news, and we've got even more great news. Our next news story here. Reportedly, Dragon Quest 7 and 8 are coming to the West. That's right, the 3DS versions of 7 and 8 are reportedly set for a Western release, according to series creator Yuji Horii. Speaking at the Japanese Expo 2015, which took place in Paris last weekend, numerous sources report Horii saying both games will be released in French. If this is the case, an English version will be coming too. This article, by the way, is written by Luke Carmali on IGN. The article goes on to say Dragon Quest VII originally released for PlayStation in 2001. It was praised for deep gameplay, massive quests, and sheer variety. And this former localization of the RPG may make it seem easier for Square Enix to bring the game over. But Dragon Quest mobile producer, I'm not going to pronounce his name, explained that the company revamped the translation for the franchise since Dragon Quest VIII and onward. Dragon Quest VIII, The Journey of the Cursed King, one of the greatest games ever, for the PlayStation 2, first released in Japan in 2004, later in North America in 2005. An Android and iOS port launched in Japan on December 2013, and worldwide on May... Wow, they actually put that out on iOS? Ugh. The 3DS version is due to hit Japan in August. So, yeah, we could be getting these two amazing games coming out for the 3DS here in the West, which I think is really possible because Square Enix has been doing really, really good with that lately.
I'm wondering if they're going to be just digital, like on the eShop, like how they've done, well, Square Enix hasn't done, but, Capcom has done with the Phoenix Wright, like, trilogy, and then the last Phoenix Wright game also.
I don't know. I think Square, though, would put out physical copies. They did it for Bravely Default. And
most likely, yeah.
So, yeah. Don't forget, Square Enix likes money. They will put out physical copies.
That's cool that they're hopefully finally coming, stateside, because it's been out for, well, the original versions have been out for years, but these remakes,
Yeah, and Square's like really good for like improving their games when they do remakes. So, like they add in a bunch of shit. I think for Dragon Quest VIII, you don't get as pretty of graphics as you did on the PlayStation 2 because the 3DS just can't handle that. But on the flip side, you're going to get extra quests and like a ton more shit to do in the game.
Yeah.
So,
that's interesting, yeah.
I would imagine we're going to get like a 3DS Nintendo Direct, probably in the very near future.
Yeah.
Revealing this kind of stuff.
Most likely. I've tried to get into Dragon Quest before. I tried Dragon Quest 9, and it's hard. I think it's one of those series that you had to play early on in like your gaming, I guess, development to really appreciate it. Because I tried about 10 to 15 hours of Dragon Quest 9 on the DS, and I was just didn't really click with me. But I gave it a shot at least because I knew it was like a well-regarded series. But it's very old school.
Yeah,
like
that's
very old school turn-based. Like there's not much flash to it.
Yeah, it's very, very grindy. Like, you have to battle a lot and level up. Because I remember playing Dragon Quest VIII back in the day. Wow, that makes me feel old. It's only 2005, Jesus. But, 10 years ago, wow. But it was hard. Like, you had to stick to an area and level up a lot before you moved on. Like, it is traditional in all sense of the word. So if you're wanting to get into like a great RPG, it is very much a great RPG to dive into, but be prepared to grind.
Yeah, it's one of those games. Yeah, it's not really in my boat, but I know it's got a lot of fans out there. It's good to see that they're finally getting these games coming out here.
Yep. All right, you got us some more news from Minecon 2015.
So yeah, this is a lot of stuff here. But what I'm getting, like the summary from this, is that there's going to be dual wielding coming to Minecraft pretty soon in a big update. There's going to be enchanted arrows, if I'm not mistaken. what else is in this report right here? There's so much stuff. And not being a big Minecraft player, it's kind of all going over my head. The Ender Dragon is going to be getting some changes. Let's see. And areas will create a different type of portal and gateway. So it's like a revamping of Minecraft, which seems cool because people have been playing this game for years at this point. And it's cool that they're getting some refreshments made, and Minecraft's also going to be coming to Windows 10. And of course, they also showed off what we talked about earlier in the trailer talk about the Minecraft story mode. So a lot of news coming out of Minecon. Where was it held this year?
It was held, I think, somewhere over near London. I think it was like an hour away from London.
Yeah, I think last year's or the years before was actually here in Orlando, which I was surprised.
Huh.
I should have taken my little brother. Like I found out about it like later, like after it had already happened. So
Oh.
would have been cool to take my brother because he's a big Minecraft fan, so he could just nerd out and with some Minecraft stuff. But that's cool. They're getting some new stuff coming to Minecraft.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really hope it translates over to the console versions as well.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes, especially now that Microsoft owns the IP. We'll see how that goes moving forward.
Yeah. Hey, well, PlayStation version just got some exclusive DLC, the Little Big Planet stuff, so looks like, Microsoft isn't taking it away completely yet.
Yeah. I definitely see them doing something moving forward, like some big update that will only be available on Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
But that's down the line.
Yeah. Minecraft 2 with
Maybe.
circles. Alright, so moving ahead, we talked about playing Batman Arkham Knight earlier, and well, Batman Arkham Knight's first DLC is getting a release date and a price. The Batgirl expansion coming first to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, PC version omitted. I wonder why. Let's see. The article from GameSpot by Rob Cosley writes, Batman Arkham Knight's first story-based DLC has been given a July 14th release date by Warner Brothers, with the publisher also explaining that the expansion will focus on the Batgirl character. The add-on, entitled Batgirl, A Matter of Family, which if anybody looked at the PlayStation trophies would have already figured out, will cost $6.99 in North America, €580 in the UK. Or is that pounds? I'm not sure.
I believe it's euros.
Oh, okay. We don't understand your squiggly lines, Europe.
Hold on.
Those who purchase... and there goes two viewers. Those who purchased an Arkham Knight Season Pass will have to pay an additional fee. It
was pounds. Fact Check Squad is on it. It was pounds, sir.
Very good. The DLC will be set prior to the events in the first game in Rocksteady's Batman trilogy. So this is taking place before Arkham Asylum. This add-on will place Batgirl in a new location with multiple missions, side quests, and secrets. Featured within the game is a new hacking feature, as well as dual play functionality with Robin. Bow chicka bow wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy it's only $7. It means I didn't waste money by buying the season pass.
Yeah, it's not too bad. How much was the season pass? Was it like 30, 40 bucks? I can't remember.
$40. I think it was
Jesus.
44 here in Canada.
Yeah, but that's cool that it's coming so quick. Not even a month after the game's release. It is being done by Warner Brothers Montreal, if I'm not mistaken, the studio behind Arkham Origins. It's not being done by Rocksteady, but Rocksteady has said that moving forward they're going to be taking care of the upcoming DLC down the line. So by the title of this, it looks like they might be going for the Killing Joke storyline. I don't know if
I hope so.
If they're going to go in that direction, because spoilers, Batgirl, becomes Oracle and she's, crippled by the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially with the dark tone that Arkham Knight had, how far they will take this storyline in this
Yeah.
DLC, and how beefy will it be? And
Mm-hmm.
will it be, an hour or two? Will it be 5 hours, 6 hours? It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yep. Yep.
I'll definitely be playing this.
Yeah, me too. Any more Batman is good Batman right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fantastic. Jeez.
All right. So.
So, the last and final story. Oh, hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin has been announced as the cover star for the upcoming WWE 2K16, which is going to be in PS4, Xbox One, surprisingly PS3 and Xbox 360 also. And I'm
Oh
sure they'll
wow.
do a PC version down the line like they did with 2K15.
Mm-hmm.
So 2K has announced a partnership with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They did a pretty funny reveal trailer for it, which I thought was cool. It brought back the old school smoking skull belt from back in the Attitude Era. And it seems by this partnership that they're trying to do something Stone Cold based, at least with a story mode
Mm-hmm.
within 2K16. I know their other franchise, NBA 2K16, is going to feature Michael Jordan. So I guess they kind of wanted some synergy, Michael Jordan on NBA and Stone Cold on WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to be honest, I kind of scratched my head at why they picked Stone Cold Steve Austin. Huge fan. He is one of the greatest of all time. I
Mm-hmm.
listen to his podcast on a weekly basis. I love Stone Cold. He's probably within my top two. Like him and Rock flop back and forth for me,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the day of the week. But pretty much. But I thought they
So
would
March
go with
16th. That's when you flipped to Austin, right?
yeah, March 16th, of course. 316. But I kind of scratched my head at it. Like, why didn't they go the route that they've done in the past where he's like the cover star of like the collector's edition like they did for Hulk Hogan
Mm.
last year with the Hulkamania edition, and which he wasn't really on the cover, but he was at least on the collector's edition packaging and all that.
Yeah.
Um, and they decided to put him on the cover instead of somebody on the active roster like maybe Seth Rollins, who's had a huge year. Brock Lesnar would have been my choice, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because he has had a massive year.
Yeah.
Um, so it kind of scratched my head, but I understand why they did it. They're trying to get as many sales as possible. It is a business. They want to bring in the Attitude Era fans once again. I wish they would move forward. No disrespect to Austin, but I wish they would, promote some of their, current talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hasn't wrestled in over 10 years, and I hope he doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania, the next one, to be honest. Like,
Guest referee at best.
I don't want him, like, I'd like him to be there, maybe as the show host,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want him to wrestle. Like, no, like, don't do it. Like, we
I don't
already...
think he wants to either.
Yeah, he doesn't want to tarnish his legacy. He isn't one of those people like sorry to say, but Ric Flair, who said he was going to retire, and then he kept wrestling years after that. Um, so I think he understands that, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, he's the cover star of WWE 2K16. I'm looking forward to finding out more information on this year's version because last year the version from last year was kind of really skimpy in terms of
Yeah.
what was there in terms of the feature sets and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They did add a lot of stuff with the season pass, which I had forgotten that I had, so I downloaded it. And there
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of like extra modes that they added, but well, not extra modes, but extra storylines like for like the Ultimate Warrior, one more match with like Christian, and then there was another pack for like Hall of Pain with Mark Henry. So some good stuff. Excited to hear details about this game.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
I
they didn't.
really hope they bring back more create options in the next one. That's what was really lacking.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out and see the improvements that they do this year with it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that wraps it up for our news stories this week.
Yep. So that, folks, brings us into our topic of the week. There it is.
I
And
forgot for a second. I was thinking about Paige on the cover. That would have been my real choice. Anyway, let's get to the topic of the week.
Yes.
Oh,
As I mentioned
man.
in the intro, our topic this week is looking back at the second quarter of 2015. Back on the Canuck podcast, before we wrapped up that series, we did a look back at the first quarter of the year. So now we're going to take a look at the second quarter of the year, covering the months of April, May, and June for video games. And we're going to kick this off with what has been the highest rated games so far in these past 3 months. And yes, I use scores from Metacritic, so bear with me on that. Not the fan ones, though, the actual critic scores. So, all right. So, shall we go 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
We should go. Yeah, let's go least to greatest. Like so, 10 to 1.
All right. So, coming in at number 10, we have Techno Babylon for PC, which had a rating of 83. Vaguely remember this game. Never played it, though.
I haven't heard about this game at all, to be honest.
Let's take a little look here for Techno.
Oh, Babylon.
Let's see what Steam has to say for this. Ooh, it looks trippy. I'll give it that.
Let me Google this.
You're Googling, I'm looking on Steam. Oh, it's a point-and-click adventure game. A cyberpunk adventure game from the studio that brought you Gemini, Rue, and Blackwell. The year is 2087. Genetic engineering is the norm, and an omnipresent AI powers the city. Take control of these citizens of the world as they struggle to understand a deadly conspiracy. Looks interesting.
It's like a 16-bit art style.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the old Monkey Island games. Okay, well, I can see this is interesting.
That's interesting that this is number 10 and we had never heard about it, to be honest. Surprising.
All right. So, moving on to number 9, we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 2 Record Breaker for the 3DS.
That's a mouthful. Jeez.
And that had a rating of 84 overall. Awesome. That series is pretty good. I have played a couple into it, so I can see how that was really, really well received.
Yeah, I could see that too. I definitely know Shin Megami Tensei, but it's not something I've gotten into because those are like tough from what I've heard, especially compared to like Persona.
Yeah,
those are
we talked
pain.
about Dragon Quest earlier being heard. Those games make Dragon Quest look like a pushover in comparison. Yeah. All right, so next up, coming in at number 8, we have Mortal Kombat X. And the ratings here, the highest system this was rated on, why it came in at number 8 here, is 86 for the Xbox One, 83 for PS4, and 76 for PC.
That's surprising. The Xbox One got the highest rating. I can see why PC got the least because I heard they had some issues at launch and it wasn't the greatest port compared to the console versions.
Yeah, this could just be based on how many people
reviewed it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, it's cool. It got in this at number 8. I was expecting this to be a bit higher, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think some of the microtransactions and things like that kind of hurt the reputation of this game, to be honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't it's been very successful, but it kind of fell off. I don't know if it's just me, but I remember having the last one having more legs, the Mortal Kombat 9, like the Mortal Kombat reboot. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not playing it that I don't see you know.
Yeah. All right, so coming in at number 7, we have Heroes of the Storm for PC with a 86 overall. This, of course, is Blizzard's MOBA, bringing in characters from Warcraft, StarCraft, The Lost Vikings, and various other Blizzard properties. Diablo.
Really, it's like a mix of that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was wondering what the hell this game was.
What rock have you been living under?
No, I've heard about it, but like I didn't know it was like a crossover type of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Haven't played it personally. It is free to play, from what I know. So I've heard many good things about Heroes of the Storm, but a MOBA just isn't my type of game, so I really haven't looked into playing it.
Interesting.
Okay, so moving on, we have ourselves another PC game. It's Her Story, which has a overall rating of 87 right now.
I've heard about this game.
Yeah, I have too. I keep
but
hearing so many great things about it.
But I haven't played it myself, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might actually look into picking it up on Steam. I think it's only like... I think it's $5.99 down in the States, so it's something like $6.99 here.
Yeah, it looks like one of those like old Sega CD games, like a FMV game.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is.
like- Mhm.
So yeah, Her Story. Heard many good things about it. I really want to play it because I like unique shit like that.
Mm.
Alright, so now we go into our top 5. At number 5, we have Crypt of the Necro Dancer
What in the hell
for
is this?
PC. And that also has a rating of 87. That is a musical-based dungeon crawler, which you can play with a DDR pad if you wanted to. I watched the guys over on Rooster Teeth play it. They did it for their The Patch podcast, their Game of the Week club, and it actually looked really cool. And I think you can play it with a keyboard as well.
Weird PC titles.
I know the music in the game is absolutely fantastic, though, from what I watched of them playing it. Alright, so, number 4. Oh my god, a Vita game made it onto the list. That's right. Steins Gate came in with a rating of 87 as well. So we basically have a 3-way tie for 4th place here.
This looks like a visual novel. Huh.
Yep. I think it came out only recently as well.
Interesting. That's funny that's on the list. I had heard about this through some people in the YouTube community that are big like fans of the Japanese style games.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking out this game.
Surprised it's so high on the list.
What the hell? It is actually out on the 360, Windows, PSP, iOS, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and Android. Oh, so this actually has been out for a while. Whoops, I put a port onto the list. My bad.
Whoops. So it just hit the Vita, I guess?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it's been out on other platforms. Huh.
Actually, gosh, what the hell?
It's confusing.
It's
I know it was on PC for a while.
Okay, this is confusing because it was listed on Metacritic for, I think, May or June, but the release date on Wikipedia says August 25th, 2015, so it's not even out yet.
Okay, I'm looking it up here. It was released on the 360 in Japan, so that's why that's getting you confused. Then on the PSP, so in terms of us, It was released on PS3 and PS Vita.
August 25th.
What in the...
I guess people have already got the game in their hands and have been able to review it, so...
Yeah, I'm confused now.
You,
I'm really
you,
confused.
You done fucked up, Metacritic. You
Back
done
to the
fucked
future
up.
on this one, jeez.
Alright, well, at least our 3 final games here have come out within the past 3 months.
It's the power of love.
So,
Back to the future.
Number 3, coming in with an 88 on the PlayStation 4, an 85 on the Xbox One, and a 63 on the PC. It's Batman Arkham Knight.
Batman. Yeah, this is number 1 on our list so far, but yeah, it's gotten a great response
Yep.
on the platforms that it works.
Yeah. Yeah, easily up there. Probably, well, there were problems that people had with the story, some parts of the story, the goddamn tank missions, etc.
Yeah.
So I can see how it didn't break into the 90s overall for a lot of people.
I know a lot of people didn't like the tank stuff.
Yeah. But even Polygon gave it a 10 out of 10, so...
Jesus, the world ends now.
Oh my. Alright, coming in at number 2. It's finally out of early access, so this counted, folks. It's for the PC. It also has an 88 overall, so technically kind of tied with Batman for second place. It is Kerbal Space Program. This game, I haven't played it personally, but I've watched plenty of videos onto it. Can be very, very amusing.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but another one that I haven't played on PC. And it's funny because I have a PC to play all these games now.
But you know what? It is coming to PlayStation 4.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
There was a blog post on that. I think early last week. Could be mistaken, but yeah. So we're getting Kerbal Space Program for the PlayStation 4. I'm very curious on how that's going to work for the PlayStation 4. But
yeah. We'll see how it turns out.
All right. And finally, coming in at number 1, to nobody's surprise, really, it's The Witcher 3 with a 94 on PC, a 92 on PlayStation 4, and a 91 on the Xbox One.
The only game so far to crack the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh. That's surprising. I would have thought... I'm surprised, like... There's some surprising stuff on this list, like Bloodborne isn't on here.
That came out in February. This is only
right.
quarter 2.
That's why I was like, where's this game at? That one was in the 90s, wasn't it? Or late 80s? I think the last discussion we had.
I do believe so, yes.
Interesting.
92. Bloodborne had a 92.
Okay. I was right. And the same thing with Hotline Miami, so... Yep. Those don't count. I messed up. Wah, wah, wah.
Metacritic did too, based on our list here.
Yeah, Steins Gate. Get out of here, Metacritic. You're drunk. Game's not even out yet.
But yeah, quite a few, though, broke really high into the 80s. Quite happy to see something like, Shin Megami Tensei up there, and some unique games like Her Story being up there, which, again, I really want to check out, and I think a lot of people should check that game out.
That'll probably be something towards the end of the year that I might check out.
And, of course, our next little section here for this segment is what were the biggest releases that came out? Those, of course, I mean, by far, above all else, we gotta mention Omega Quintet for the PlayStation 4. I mean, that was the biggest game to release in Q2. Came out in April. Fantastic JRPG. Cute anime girls. I mean, what else did you want? Get out of here, Witcher 3, Batman, and Mortal Kombat. Omega Quintet all the way.
It's all about that idea factory, cross NIS, cross Lord X.
Of course, the 3 games I did mention, The Witcher 3, Batman Arkham Knight, and Mortal Kombat X, arguably the 3 biggest releases for the second half of the year.
Yeah, those are, I can agree with that. Those are definitely the biggest releases in Q2.
Because I can't really think of anything else major that came out. Because it's usually a slow part of the year.
Yeah, but these are pretty big, heavy hitters, so...
And again, for us, it was Batman. I still haven't played The Witcher 3, so I really can't comment on
Witcher
that.
3 was fantastic from what I played, but I gotta get back to it.
Yeah, I need to buy it.
It's a massive game.
I probably might give in very soon and get that.
You should get The Witcher so you can play with Gerald. Gerald of Rivia, as Sid Schumann calls him.
I'll just start up like a streaming Let's Play with Gerald.
Gerald. Oh, man. But yeah, Batman is definitely the biggest one for me so far. The Witcher 3 is right up there, too, because I haven't finished it, but from what I played, it was freaking fantastic. It was so interesting in terms of, like, the world, the characters, the story, all that. Really impressive what CD Projekt Red has done.
Okay, there was one game...
Oh, we missed Splatoon.
That's what I was about to say. That didn't even show up on the Metacritic that high. What was Splatoon at? Because, I mean, goddamn.
You're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid.
It has an 81 overall, that's why.
Okay. You're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid.
So yeah, that's another one that's high up there. I know you've had a blast with the game.
That's a big release. I need to rebuy it digitally though, because I got rid of my physical version. But last I played it, it was quite fun, and I was actually mistaken. That game has been a success for Nintendo. I really thought it was going to flop. It's sold over 1 million copies so far worldwide. I am shocked.
I think for like 3 weeks in a row, it was like in the top 3 for Japan on the sales charts.
Yeah, I've been shocked, to be honest, that game's doing so well. And it's cool that they've been on a weekly basis releasing some new weapons or some new maps or some new like character, like customizations and things like that. Yep. They've been doing really well, and there's supposed to be a big update coming in August for the game. So that's definitely a surprise one. I'd throw that into like my favorite games of Q2 because I never even played the story, like, the little campaign that they have in it. But from what I played online, it was very unique and very cool.
Do you think it has a chance to be in your top games of the year?
Probably. I need to play it more because it's one of those games that is like, I don't know if it'll burn out after a while.
Fair enough.
Like it's fantastic when you're playing it at first and you're like, wow, this is so unique. I've never seen something like this before, but then it might burn out, We'll see, especially with stuff coming out later in the year, like Metal Gear. I'm sure that's going to be up there in terms of big releases for me. Tomb Raider, if I have an Xbox One by then, I might, cave in. Boom! And cave in Tomb Raider. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all night. And might buy it on Xbox One. And Halo 5, potentially. Battlefront. What Until Dawn might be like, a dark horse. We'll see how that turns out. Could be good. Could be bad. And then there's stuff that's getting re-released that I won't count, like Tearaway Unfolded, I think, and Uncharted Collection, which that wouldn't be fair to put because I've played, all those games beforehand. I could just be a douche and be like Uncharted Collection Game of the Year of all time forever. Uh, but yeah, it's been a really good quarter, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Because those
So,
games, even Mortal Kombat was quite fun. I got rid of it, but what was there was fun. The story mode was fun.
hmm
Uh,
so yeah, that kind of brings us into our last little discussion here for this segment. Our favorite games from the quarter so far.
yeah, I had to pick Batman because that's like the most recent thing for me.
hmm
Um, it might switch maybe towards the end of the year. I'm like, man, The Witcher was better than Batman, really. Or I could say, Splatoon was the most unique thing I played.
Yeah.
I doubt Mortal Kombat X will be in that discussion, to be honest. When I look back, it was fun, but it wasn't. It didn't feel as groundbreaking as the reboot. There's nothing wrong with that, but
hmm
I don't know. I know Batman, Witcher, and Splatoon might be in the Game of the Year discussion. What did we talk about? I think last time when we did like the quarter one, I think I spoke about probably like The Order, and you spoke
hmm
about Bloodborne.
Yep.
I don't know if The Order will be in the discussion towards the end of the year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
For
enjoyed
me,
it
like,
for what it was,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I think for me, like, coming up to the end of the year, right now, anyway, it's going to be, like, a battle between Batman and Bloodborne for me. Like, that will
probably
actually be a hard decision for me.
Fallout once it comes out and it like takes over your life.
Yeah. I'll forget to do a Games of the Year list just because I'll be playing that.
Yeah, Fallout 1 through 10. That'll be your video. Lord X's Game of the Year.
Hey, don't forget, there's a Danganronpa
Oh yeah,
game this year.
Danganronpa. The
Um,
Danganronpa. Yeah.
For me, I'll pick 3 as well, like yourself, for the second quarter. Batman, definitely by far. Even though I did joke about it there, Omega Quintet, I really did enjoy that game.
hmm
It gave me my classic JRPG fix that I've been craving for a little while, especially on PS4 since we really haven't gotten any yet on PS4.
Yeah.
Uh, and the third one, I've actually put up a few videos of it so far. I need to get back to playing it some more. And that's Chroma Squad, which is basically XCOM meets the Power Rangers. So that game has been so much fun to play. And
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, I remember you talking about it, but I didn't know you liked it that much.
it's really good.
Nice.
So yeah, those 3 that really come to memory for me, aside from probably like some remakes that came out, but I'm not going to count those, of course.
hmm
Yep, that pretty much does it for me. So I guess that kind of wraps up our topic of the week for this week. That leads us into questions and comments, which the
We have
questions...
none.
I was going to
Or
say...
it was just me.
Yeah, it was just you.
It was just me.
Yes, that big boss is a pretty cool fellow.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I did play Tropical Freeze. I forgot about that. I was wondering how you were going to react to that.
Yeah. Oh man, game's so good.
Maybe for August I'll dedicate time to playing the Wii U a bit more.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Blow off the dust and play. So yeah, we don't have any questions and comments, but guys, we would love to hear from you about your any questions that you have for us. What were your favorite games of the second quarter of the year? If you don't say Batman, you're wrong.
We'll find you.
But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. Please let us know. Give us some feedback. How you think the show is doing. Some segments that you think we should be talking about. Some topics that you want us to cover, etc., etc., etc. And I do believe that's going to bring us to the end of another episode. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap things up. Izzy, as always, please take us out.
So thanks guys for listening to, watching, consuming this episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast. Let us know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on any of the things we discussed? Whether the best games of quarter two, some of the news items, some of the games we've been playing, like Batman Arkham Knight, for example. And for Lord X, I am Izzy, aka Israel Pacheco 89, and we are both glitching out.